So for this interview, I interviewed Maddie Smith, who's one of my favorite pet tubers. Maddie has some awesome pets. She has animals that I would like to have in the future. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
I
I'm
love
doing
your
good.
shirt. I should have worn
Thank you.
mine.
These are old logos, and there's a new logo. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I think I have one of his old shirts. He gave it to us Tinley, 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of new logo stuff now, different colors and everything. There's a
Awesome.
whole bunch of merch. So your YouTube channel is one of the channels that got me into reptiles and got me interested in animals. So how do you view your responsibility in that? Like, what message do you want your viewers to gain when they watch your channel?
I feel like it's humbling to know that people have been touched by my animals enough to,
Yeah.
want to get into it. Because I started because I wanted to, share my love for animals and share my animals. And I didn't expect people to be like, oh, well, how do you take care of it? And I'm like, well, I need to make sure that I'm showing the proper way to
Everything
take care
is
of the
right.
animal so people don't reciprocate any kind of bad practice that I do. So I joined a whole lot of forums and stuff, and it made me learn so much about it because there's so much misinformation on the internet.
I definitely use a lot of forums too, like Facebook groups, and
Yeah, definitely.
a lot of good information there. And pet YouTubers are the next best source of information for sure. Because like you said, you guys do make sure that you put out correct information. And that's why I'm scared to start a YouTube channel, because I'm scared I'm going to say something wrong or just not give the best information that I can put out there.
I've definitely gone back on old videos and stuff and been like, oh, stuff has changed since then. I need to private this.
What is your favorite reptile?
Oh,
It's always a hard question for everyone. This is the hardest question for every single person I interview.
I'm going to say Tegus.
Yep,
Honestly.
I can see why. I understand why. I get it.
They're awesome.
They're
awesome.
They're definitely really, really cool lizards, and I really, really want one so bad. I cannot.
Maybe you can get one day. They're really cool.
I know. I'm waiting till I move out, and then I'll get one. I want to have a room dedicated to them and everything, you know? So I know you already breed crested geckos. But if you were to breed anything else, what would it be?
Maybe, okay. It's hard. Maybe Tegus, but I do not have the space for more than literally one single pair. And my Tegus are together and they're male and female, and they've never had a single issue. They've been together for, I don't know, five years maybe, and haven't had any issues, but also have never bred. But I think it might be because Deja was treated literally terribly in her home before me, so I don't know if she even is capable of breeding. But if they bred, I probably wouldn't be super upset, but then I would for sure get another enclosure to separate them so it wasn't constantly happening. But maybe Tegus, because I think there's so many cool colors that are coming in now, purple and
yeah, there are. I just want
gorgeous.
a classic one, but the colors are really cool.
Yeah, I still think the black and whites, I love my black and white animals more than anything. I think it's just, I don't know, black and white aesthetic. I just love it. But
you have pigeons too. Pigeons are one of my favorite birds. I also want pigeons at some point too.
Pigeons
I have parakeets right now, but those are the only birds that I currently have, because I just don't have enough time for more birds. But yeah, I definitely want to get pigeons. That's another one of my dream animals. I cannot wait.
Yeah, parakeets were my first bird, and they really got me into it. And then my dream bird was always an African gray, but I never felt like I was quite able to take care of one. So I'm living through Tyler and Gypsy. She's a bird. But my pigeons, man, they're so cool. For size comparison, for an African gray Cooper, my male pigeon is bigger than Gypsy the African gray. It's crazy. I never imagined
it's crazy. Yeah, I didn't think
they're big. They're huge.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That is a little crazy.
And they can't bite your finger off, so it's really nice. And they're not super loud.
The loud, that's probably the one thing that I don't like about the parakeets. They're so loud. Sometimes they just wake me up in the morning, and I'm like, you guys gotta be quiet, please. Please be quiet. Stop screaming.
Yeah, the pigeons are actually super quiet, but when they do coo, it's soothing kind of, but they only coo maybe a couple times a day, if I'm walking past the room, or if they're out, or if Cooper's strutting around and stuff. I think the females are probably a little quieter, but they never like wake you up, and also like they'd be awesome apartment birds because they're just like your neighbors aren't going to hear them.
Yeah.
What is like, if you were to have like a dream job, like would you do like, I don't know, like animal handling for like movie sets or something like that, or what would you like?
A lot of things are a dream job for me. I feel like that's definitely one of them. I've talked about doing like using my own animals at like film sets. So like if they need a snake for something, I would bring my snake and be the handler for my snake. And I also would like to like just be a camera operator for like a National Geographic.
Oh, that would be so
show
cool.
Or something. I know, it'd be so
I love the behind the scenes
so
pictures
cool.
of them where the animals are like coming towards the camera and stuff. Like it's so cool because you just like, you see the cool shot, but you never think about like the people who are behind the camera getting the shot.
Exactly. It's so that would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
But
that's awesome.
I would say my main goal is to open up my own pet shop, and also like have it be like pet shop / breeding facility in like the back.
Cool.
So that's my main goal. And I also want to eventually run a YouTube channel where I basically do the same thing as you and Tyler, educate people and try and get them to love the animals as much as I do.
Yeah, definitely. What's your favorite of the snakes that you work with?
Well, my favorite locality are Karampas.
Okay.
I really, really love the Karampas. They're so chaotic and so pretty. On the first captive bred ones were hatched here, and like the first one that came out of the egg crawled onto me. So like I have like a special like spot in my heart for them now.
Nice.
So those are probably my favorites.
That's awesome. You were the first person to touch a captive hatched one.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. Like my life, I feel like my life just keeps getting crazier and crazier as I get older, because like I'm talking to you. Like I used to watch you on YouTube. Like I've watched you on YouTube forever. Like, and here I am talking to you.
Yeah. How many rats do you have?
12 females, those 3 males, the 5 babies.
You've got a lot. You're like me.
Yeah. I love them so much. I can't help it.
I used to be like super into breeding them too. I was like, and I had like so many rats, and I was working with like black-eyed Siamese and silver mane and all this kind of stuff. It was so fun.
Yeah. I don't want to breed because I have a problem with keeping them. Obviously, like I rescued that litter. I rescued mom and the babies because the person was like, I don't know how to take care of these babies. And I was like, okay, I can take care of them. I can raise them. And I ended up keeping 5 of them. I ended up keeping half of the litter. Yeah. So like, if I breed rats, then I'm going to end up keeping half of every litter. And I can't do that.
It was hard because it was like, sometimes I'd be like, okay, I'm going to keep like, you know, best male, best female from the litter. And like, sometimes I wouldn't keep any. And sometimes I'd be like, oh my gosh, I have to keep 3. I've been really lucky with my bloodlines living like pretty long. I think
really good.
Most of mine make it over 2.5. And then I have quite a few that have made it to 3. And I try to keep up with a lot of the babies that I placed, and most of them have made it pretty close to 3 or over 3.
Good. Yeah, that's so good. That shows it's a good line. I haven't had any of mine go up to 3.
But like, when you think about it, people are like, oh, you know, I'm not going to pay $30 for a rat. I could just go to the pet store and get one for like 12. And I'm like, okay. But like, you're also getting like a pet store rat, and they're not like vet checked. Yeah,
there's a lot of differences. There's a lot of differences between a pet store rat and a breeder rat. Like,
oh yeah, for sure. Like, do you want a temperamental rat, or do you want one that's like for sure is going to be like super sweet and just will let you do anything to it and kiss all over it? So.
Like, I have a pet store rat who's just full of whole bunch of genetic problems. I took her to the vet too. I was like, what's wrong with her? That was like, that's just how she is. I think she has like a little bit of a whistle. She tilts her head. She has one eye. She lost an eye. She just has a whole bunch of health issues because she was a pet store rat, and they didn't care about a whole bunch of health issues popping up in the line. They just wanted the prettiest rats.
Did you see my rat tattoo yet?
I don't think I did. Let me see. I want to see your rat tattoo.
So I got a tattoo of Uno, a tattoo on my leg. I would show you, but my legs are super hairy because I'm disgusting. But
aww, yeah, that's so cute. I want a rat tattoo so bad.
My rat too.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be my first tattoo. Rat. I want one like standing up on their like hind legs.
Oh yeah, I love that. I'm just curious. What's your favorite kind of snake?
My favorite kind of Retics. Well, gaboon vipers. Okay. Really love them. Really, really like them. But would I ever have one? Not at this point, not in the next 10 years, I don't think, because I definitely would want to have proper training with Venomous before I got one. So maybe I'll never even be able to have one. I don't know. I don't have any plans right now to be trained in anything venomous.
I gotcha.
So, but if I could have one, if they weren't venomous, I would already have one. But then after vipers, Retics, definitely. I'm so in love. I really am in love with them. Like, I'm obsessed with them. I really am. Like,
were you as into Retex before you worked for Garrett, or did it like?
No, this really sparked it. Sparked it. I didn't really have much of a favorite snake before I started working here. I guess I would say my favorite snake before I came here were just like corn snakes, because that's what I had. I only really had corn snakes and ball pythons.
Yeah.
So coming here really like sparked that.
That's cool. Yeah, I definitely appreciate like Retex for sure, because it's like my ball pythons are really cool, but also at the same time, like you look at them and it looks like their head is empty, and then you look at a Retic and it looks like they are thinking about
you're smart. I know you are. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. It was definitely
thank you. It's really crazy to be able to interview you. It really is. Like, this was fun. I really had fun talking to you too.
All right, have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
I'm definitely jealous of all the awesome pets that Maddie has. If you guys want to see some more awesome animals, be sure to check out this video down here where I interviewed another pet tuber, Emma Sampson.